Sometimes this team looks unstoppable. And other times, we just look miles off of it. This episode would end up showing exactly where this Aberdeen side stands right now. Welcome back to the Sir Alex Ferguson Aberdeen Challenge here on Super Sammy Plays. This episode honestly feels like two completely different teams. Domestically, we look like we're capable of beating anyone, but in Europe, things were starting to feel very different. We've got massive games coming up, a packed schedule, and a huge game against Rangers that'll say a lot about where this team's at right now. So, let's get into it. First up though, we've got a League Cup match against Hearts. I believe this is the quarter-final. And if you've been following the series closely, this is the cup that we won last season, which is the first silverware we've actually won on this save. And we're looking to try and make it back-to-back as we win this game pretty comfortably. Scoring the first one with Carvalho. And Carvalho seems to really be growing into this team. As very unlucky there, hitting the post, but the rebound coming straight back to Lazetic, and he makes it 2-0. And then we cap off the scoring with Redondo finding Lazetic, and Lazetic doing what he does best and getting his big fat head on the ball to make it 3-0. Straight back into the league after this, we got St Mirren away from home. We start off this one pretty well as Awa finds Cullen. Not sure why Cullen's taking the corners now, but Redondo with a great strike to put us 1-0 up. But there was a lot of goal scoring in this game, and this game was pretty chaotic. As 19 minutes in, St Mirren get an equaliser. Good save from the keeper, but Idowu getting the rebound and making it 1-1. 4 minutes later, though, we find ourselves behind as St Mirren go down the right-hand side with Castrati. The cross going back out wide to Idowu, finding Lundulu in the middle, and he makes it 2-1. And then things get even worse. We get caught on the break. Counter-attack from St Mirren. Idowu again down the left. Cuts back in on his right foot. Pulls it into the middle. And Bacchus with the finish to put St Mirren up 3-1. And what started as a pretty good start for us, going 1-0 up early on, has very quickly turned bad. We do get another goal, though, before half-time, as that man again, Carvalho, put in a great cross to Keskinen at the far post, and he couldn't really miss from there to make it 3-2. And then no more goal scoring until the 83rd minute, in which Lazetic gets on the end of a Redondo pass to pull us level, making it 3-3. Unless VAR says no. And of course, VAR does say no, because why wouldn't it? After we've potentially got ourselves back into it. But we do actually score. Next time around, 87th minute, Carvalho finding Jensen down the right. He pulls across to Ayrton Moises. And Ayrton Moises does what he's been doing so far this season, and that is scoring goals for us. Although we did salvage a draw and get a point from that game, that is obviously more points dropped, which we can't really afford to be doing if we want to actually win the title this season. Next up, we had Falkirk in the league away from home, so looking to get back to winning ways in this one after drawing the last one. And we start off 10 minutes in with Awa getting on a Keskinen pass to put us 1-0 up. We then double our lead just before half-time with Litherland, the big man, up from the back, getting onto a Cullen corner to make it 2-0. And then we wrap up the scoring in the 81st minute as Milne, from right back, chips it to Keskinen. And I probably keep underrating him, and he just keeps proving me wrong, scoring goals and goals and goals. And we win 3-0, so that puts us back up to second, and now 5 points behind Celtic. Keskinen on form, which seems to be almost every week at the moment. He's certainly been one of our best players so far in this save. Demiral stinking up the gaff in training, though, is not what you want to see from the man that you've just spent all your wages on and missed out on Kessie because you've used all your wages on him. Franco Herrera kind of expected because obviously he's not playing. And it's good to see the new man, Gabby Carvalho, doing positive things in training. And seeing all those upwards arrows is great to see. And hopefully he keeps on improving and we reap the benefits of it as the season goes on. But this is the big one of the episode as we play Rangers at home. Obviously, these are third. I think they were level on points with us the last time we checked. So, yeah, it'd be nice to put some distance between them. And obviously, we want to keep winning to keep on track with Celtic. So, Renato Sanchez getting a start in this one. Let's see how we get on. And yeah, I didn't expect a performance like this. There's 28 minutes in. Carvalho goes down the right, gets it back from Ralston. Amaro fires it into the box, and Cullen with a great finish to put us 1-0 up. And then, straight from kickoff, Rangers go looking for an equaliser, going down the left. But we tackle. So we tackle. Ralston tackles. And goes down the right himself. And very similarly to the first goal, into Cullen, who fires home, and we go 2-0 up with 2 goals in 2 minutes. All the twos. And yeah, 2 goals for Cullen. And what a start that is. And just before half time, 46 minutes, Rangers obviously looking to try and get back into it somehow. After a pretty poor opening first half, Asgard going with a long range effort, but a good save from the goalkeeper, putting it out for a corner. Can they do anything from this though? The answer is no, as we clear it, and now Keskinen showing us his full capabilities of dribbling, going past his man with absolute ease, chipping it out to the right with Carvalho. And he cuts in on his left foot and fires it across goal, and unfortunately it's saved and goes out for a corner where nothing actually comes from it. As we're going at the half, 2 goals up. Second half, though, started off even quicker than the first. As Brandon Williams finds Keskinen down the left, he absolutely glides past his man with ease, cuts back on his right, and shoots into the far corner to make it 3-0. And yeah, it's pretty much game over for Rangers at this point. But it does get even worse for them. Carvalho down the right, finding fires over the goalkeeper to make it 4-0 in 75 minutes. And yeah, we've been a little bit inconsistent. So to go on a match like this is quite surprising, but I will certainly take it because you remember Rangers in that first season were an absolute nightmare. I don't think we actually beat them once until the last game of the season, or yeah, something around that anyway. But a good finish from Aouar to make it 4-0, and then 82 minutes in, Anthony Ralston, the ex-Celtic man, will have absolutely loved that one, making it 5. We do get a VAR check, but VAR doesn't ruin anybody's day for this one, apart from, obviously, if you're a Rangers fan, then it might have added to the misery. I'd comfortably onside, though, so I'm not sure why they're getting the lines out for that one. But that is how the game finished, 5-0. Both have 15 shots, so, I mean, clinical finishing, but we certainly take it. Still 5 points behind Celtic, but we just put a 3-point gap between us and Rangers, which is obviously nice, as we are obviously going to be aiming for Champions League football again for next season. Aouar is 1 goal away from a goal and assist bonus as well. And Cullen obviously getting all the plaudits from scoring the goals. A couple of goals in that one, which is good to see. Hopefully he can get the sort of numbers that he did last season, because he was really doing well for us. But now we've got a huge test. Arsenal at Pittodrie in the Champions League. Words you probably thought you'd never hear. They start off, though, with the first attack. Keskinen, I mean, that looked pretty two-footed to me, but he won the ball, so he maybe get away with it there. And McTominay, ex-Man United man, bringing out a save from Charles inside the opening 11 minutes. And then Keskinen pinging it out to the right with Carvalho, pulling it back to Ralston, and Carvalho with Amaro and Ralston, and Redondo. Is anybody going to shoot? Amaro from distance, unfortunately just wide. Pretty good effort though. Good to see that it's not completely one-way traffic. And 34 minutes in, McTominay again pulls it back to Saka, who for some reason is playing on the left, finds Frankie de Jong. I mean, bought completely near midfield, and Wanyeri going for it. That's probably why Saka's actually not playing on the left, rather, isn't he? Because Wanyeri, he turns into an absolute phenomenon on this game and always ends up at PSG. So, no matter of time before they lose him to them, as that's what's happened on every other save that I've been on. But we're going at half time 0-0. Can we do anything in the second? Arsenal quite happy just keeping possession here. Cullen intercepting it though, but giving it straight back. And Frankie de Jong finds Kai Havertz, who scores. And yeah, not. I mean, Cullen doing all the things that you wanted to, getting back, winning the ball, and ends up giving them basically the chance that puts them 1-0 up. And to be fair, if we lose this only 1-0, I mean, you've got to say that's a pretty good result against a very good Arsenal side. That's obviously improved with some of the signings they've got here, with Frankie de Jong going close again, hitting the post. Yeah, so we lose 1-0, which that puts them top of the table, actually. So, I mean, I'll take that. Obviously, it would have been nice to get a point out of it or something, but our first season in the Champions League, only losing 1-0 to a team that's definitely much stronger than us, that's pretty good going. And Aberdeen set new gate receipts record, so that is also nice to see. It shows that we're obviously bringing in a lot more money, which will obviously lead to higher wages and bigger transfers, hopefully. Straight back into it in the league, though, after that one with Dundee United. And this is where things start going wrong. You'd think after a 1-0 loss that they'd be quite happy with the performance that they put in against Arsenal. And I don't know whether it was fatigue or what, but we end up going 1-0 down to a Bailey Palmer goal inside 24 minutes. And yeah, we just never recover. We go close in the 27th with Amaro finding Ayrton Moises. And he gets it on his right foot. And can he do what he does all season? No, he finds Tomato Sanchez, who scores, although it looks like there's going to be a VAR check, and I have no idea what for, because he definitely wasn't offside. So, unless Ayrton Moises was. Clear offside. Yeah, nice one. And that is how the first half finishes. I can't believe they took Renato Sanchez's first goal off of him. Pretty frustrating. Could have totally changed our game. And anyway, second half, Carvalho finding Balalovic at the far post, and how he has not scored from there is beyond me. And that is why you've not been playing, mate. Dundee United go, oh well, not really close. They shoot over after 58 minutes, and we go looking for an equaliser in the last kick of the game. We've already played more than the allotted time, and Liam Cullen, who's been burying goals for fun over the last 18 months, misses an absolute sitter. Yeah, not ideal. So we end up dropping more points, and obviously Rangers and Celtic, you'll see there, haven't played yet, so we don't know whether they've capitalised on that, but yeah, this is not great, because we know Celtic aren't going to drop many points. So I thought maybe we need to make a couple of tactical tweaks, because yeah, although we've been doing okay, there's still games where we're dropping points really unnecessarily, like that Dundee United one. I mean, they're obviously a decent enough team, but I would have expected us to beat them with the improvements that we've made. So I've made a few tactical tweaks to the just to the roles, nothing to the formation or the instructions or anything, and we'll see if things improve with these changes. First test of these changes is going to be a game at home against Livingston in the lead. And nothing to do with the tactical changes. We get given a penalty inside the opening 11 minutes for a foul while free kicks coming in. And Awat seems to get pushed over. VAR checks and awards, and Liam Cullen steps up, fires into the top corner to put us 1-0 up inside 12 minutes. And then 13 minutes later, Williams finding Awa, who fires home to make it 2-0. And yeah, we're looking pretty comfortable at this point. Getting back to goal scoring ways as we make it 3 inside 38 minutes. You're looking for another one just before half time. Awa shoots from range, pulling out a big save from the goalkeeper, and that is how the first half finished. We're looking to add to it in the second as Carvalho shoots over from range. And then 60 minutes in, I'm not sure why Awa's got that and Carvalho hasn't, as you would have thought it would be his ball. But he does get it eventually, crossing into the box. And Keskinen, that is his bread and butter, unfortunately puts this one wide. And then 63 minutes in, Nisbet with what I've seen, the first highlight of Livingston. Obviously, he doesn't make a mistake. Why would he? And makes it 3-1. And then Kumas heads over in the 64th before 2 minutes later, Brandon Williams fires it into the middle. Cullen puts it in the bottom corner. And that is how the game finishes, with us winning 4-1. And yeah, you can see from the table there, Celtic must have lost a game as we're still only 5 points behind them, whereas Rangers won. So maybe they played each other, as they're now level on points with us. So Cullen getting the plaudits again as he scores the 2 of the goals in the in that 4-1 win. So we'll do what we always do and give him a little praise. And Awat does finally get his goal and assist bonus. Well, I say finally, it was literally the next game. And the squad dynamics, obviously Herrera, a little bit of an issue, but yeah, I probably haven't played Josh Feeney anywhere near as much as I should have done. Although I'm pretty sure the loan agreement was for him to be a squad player. So, I mean, I'm not sure how many games you expect someone to play as a squad player or is expected of that, but yeah, playing with 2 centre-backs and Litherland and Demirel being the 2 centre-backs, obviously he's going to get less game time, but maybe I should rotate him more. We'll see what happens there. And then on to the final game of the episode. We've got another tough test in Europe as we play Benfica away. And this one doesn't start so great, as in the 22nd minute, Sudakov pulls it back to Enzo Barrenechea, firing over the Villa man that's never actually played for Villa. And then Ivanovic shooting over in the 29th. Next minute, though, Luca Bacchio down the right, cutting back on his left foot, gets into the box, pulls it across to Sudakov, who fires into the bottom corner to put Benfica 1-0 up inside the opening half an hour. And then 10 minutes later, Prestiani down the left does what everyone does on this Football Manager and cuts back on their other foot, pulls it across goal, and Sudakov's there to make it 2-0. The performance that we put against Arsenal is looking miles away in this one as we go in at the break 2-0 down. And there was no signs of things improving in this one, as it was Benfica doing all the attacking. As Brandon Williams brings down Luca Bacchio, giving them a penalty inside the hour. Does get reviewed, as it always does, and it never gets overturned because obviously AI can't be wrong, surely. Thankfully, though, Charles saves us from this scoreline, getting embarrassing, making the save and keeping the scoreline at 2-0. And we don't see another chance until the 87th minute. Again, it's for Benfica, because why would it be for us? As Ivanovic probably should have done better with that one, shooting wide. And then 2 minutes later, we see our first chance of the game. Ayrton Moises down the right-hand side. Goes past his man, crosses it in towards Keskinen. It gets cleared. Keskinen playing it out to Jensen. He fires it into Amaro in the middle. He goes past his man, enters the box, and unfortunately shoots over. So the game finishes 2-0 to Benfica. And yeah, we're going to need to start picking up some results in Europe, else we're going to be out of the Champions League before the league phase is even over. So, despite some massive highs in this episode, including that massive win against Rangers, Europe is still proving to be a completely different challenge for us right now. Domestically, we're showing that we can be one of the strongest teams in the division, but the inconsistency is seriously costing us. If things don't improve, we're going to have to look at making some changes. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favour, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.